Alexa Robinson. I am casting coordinator for Hot Ice. Today I have Louise Walden Edwards with me. She's been with the production for 4 years. This is your 5th?
Yeah.
Fabulous. And what are you looking forward to, first and foremost?
I'm looking forward to being part of this amazing production and family that we put here together at Hot Ice. The choreography and working with such amazing people, costumes, skating out on big ice. Certainly for a show skater, that is a big deal. So that's being able to do my thing on big ice is a big deal.
This year's production is called Dreams. So what can we expect that is different this year from last year?
Well, we always change some of the show. So we always keep a little bit that people have liked from previous shows and then bring a new spin. So totally new elements, totally new numbers, new costumes, new lights. There's always something for everybody.
And okay, so let's go right back to the beginning. So how did you start skating? What made you skate? Because lots of people start either skating, dancing, singing, but there is something that keeps you there and makes you want to progress further. And what was it for you?
I've always struggled to put my finger on what it was exactly, if I'm perfectly honest with you. However, I am originally from Fulwood in Preston, which is just down the road from Blackpool, for those of you who don't know, about 20 minutes away. And my parents always used to bring me to come and see Hot Ice every summer. So my thoughts are that that's what started me off. And I took my first steps on the ice on this rink.
Right,
I was nine years old, yeah.
And physically, how testing is this on your body?
Yeah, it's probably, for me personally, it's the hardest contract that we've done.
Yeah,
and we, only because we are so passionate about what we do, we give 150% to every show that we take part in. So if I'm doing that all the time, then of course it's going to be hard work, but having trained at a really high level competitively, that was good preparation, but it's not necessarily harder than what we do here.
But rehearsals are tough.
Yeah.
And I know that because I sit in them, and I know, and I've seen your feet from the skates.
Oh my gosh.
It's horrendous, I know.
Really. Actually, to be honest, with training competitively, we had very much a structure of we arrived and we started at maybe 6 a.m. and we would finish we knew we would be finished by 2 or 3 because it was like a school type environment. But the way that the shows work and the creative process that happens, we can begin at 8 o'clock in the morning for Hot Ice and we finish when it's time to finish, you know, when the producer calls time on it. So it can be longer,
depending
and harder,
on the flow, I guess, and the music and the choreography. Of course.
For me, I will arrive around 7:30.
To do warm-up, I'm assuming you have to do a pretty intense warm-up.
Yeah, you need to be ready. If your body's not ready to go, like I can't really function anywhere without a warm-up because I need to be mentally switched on and physically. And
we spoke about stretching and how important that was, and the physicality of how difficult this show is. But with you're ice dance, so you have a partner. So not only are you skating on your own and looking after yourself, you have your partner and husband, Owen, who luckily we've got Owen with us, who, if you want to tell us a little bit about you've been married a year, is that correct?
Yes.
And you said you started skating together 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So apart from the physical side of this sport, how hard is it mentally to keep a working relationship, home life? How hard is that?
We skated together before we were a couple, so we've always been able to draw the line, usually, between personal life and professional life.
Sometimes I know I'm very good at switching off. I kind of get to the point, I'll argue or I'll have a temper, but then I can just click out of it. And that's
and it bugs me, you know, sometimes you just need an argument just to get it out there, and he won't, and that really bugs me, to be honest.
So we're here in the ice arena. As you can see, there's a public skating lesson going on behind us, and I'm sure Louise and Owen can vouch that this is a very different atmosphere to when the show is on. What I would like to say is this is the biggest ice theatre in the world. So how is it to skate on that ice?
It's amazing because, quite honestly, for most professional shows you can skate on very, very small ice. So this is now big ice for us. So it's,
And as we've just walked in here, I've got to ask, how is this making you feel? nervous about the show? What does it drum up? Because I know when I sit in rehearsals, there's feelings that I get. So for you to be the performers and seeing this and knowing what's going to happen in the next few weeks, how does it make you feel?
I look forward to opening night. That's always a real highlight. Rehearsals, got to admit, everyone, I think, it's a bit nail-biting until it gets underway. But once the actual show comes on and those kind of has people in the seats, then it's great.
This is kind of like home for me now, because whilst I've been all over the world doing this is where it kind of started for me. So when I get back here, it takes me back to being that little girl at 9 years old, you know, just really having absolutely no clue what the future held for me. And my poor parents, I don't think, had a clue. I think if they had have done, they might have turned around and gone back home, but no.
Absolutely. As we were saying earlier, with being ice pair skaters, having this big a rink must be an absolute dream for the lifts and the speed and everything else that you have to do on this ice. I would imagine it must be like it's an absolute dream.
It's a privilege, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a definite advantage. I mean, compared to a lot of other shows, it gives you the ability to skate out, really perform.
Freedom, I suppose, as well,
Yeah.
knowing that you're not going to hit anything.
Exactly, and not feel like you're crashing into the barriers all the time, which is...
We do get close though.
We do get close.
Yeah.
We still get close.
I think also because there are various different disciplines and areas of our sport, and our niche is ice dance. So where we differ to other skaters is that we use speed and power and length and space more so than height. So for us to have all this space, it means that we can up our level of creativity in comparison to other shows that we might do in the winter months, for example.
Cool. Even though you're not competing anymore, when you have other couples in the show, there's got to still be that little bit inside. There's got to be a little bit of competitiveness.
I think we're competitive on ourselves more than anything,
More than
quite
others.
honestly, because you know, we just want to go faster and stronger and harder and prove to ourselves we can still do it. But there's what we do, there's nobody really does what we do, and what we can't be the other couples, because we're all the best at what we do internationally. So if we tried to do something that the others do, we wouldn't be us anymore, and I think it's the same for them.
Hot Ice Dreams, brand new show for 2017. When does it start?
6th of July to 9th of September.
And where can you get your tickets?
Get your tickets from here in the arena or from blackpoolpleasurebeach.com.